Hello, very warm welcome to all of you once again. Our next session is about facilitated communication for autistic and speechless person, and it will be conducted by Emily Hoyne and Susan Joy Horn. And first of all, I would like to invite Emily Hoyne for speech.
Namaste. I'll be talking about a method developed in Australia in 1987, which is helping autistic and speechless person and mentally handicapped people to express themselves through a keyboard. So I will show you the keyboard. It can be done on a keyboard paper or on a normal computer. And then we just hold the hand of the handicapped person, and there will be some movements and impulsions that will create words and sentences. Sorry, again. Can be on a paper, then you can do it anywhere or record it on a computer. Because if we do it on a keyboard paper, you have to memorize the words said, but you get the habit of it then. Um, when you do the training, yes, but you can make your own, but that necessitates a training, a long training. So I will give you some sentences to give you some examples of the sentences we can obtain. There was a boy named Pierre in French, and he typed through the keyboard. He typed, "It is difficult to be not able to express myself. This is leading you to speak for me. But how could it be different? Now I love it, I write, but only few people around us know and really believe that I am able to write, that I am a reflectful and intelligent being." So the grammar is not always correct because we use the right brain too, but it's really touching. And further, he wrote, "Why are you clinging on to the conviction that we are inferior beings? Why are you clinging on to the conviction that we are inferior beings?" There was another one that was diagnosed as a handicapped, mentally handicapped. And she wrote, "I regret the fact that those adults speak in front of us thinking that we don't understand nothing. And the negative energies and all the conflicts, do you think that our body is not affected by it?" I remember also one girl that urged her mom to go get an emotional cleansing, some inner work, some therapeutic work, because she couldn't bear her energy no more. She couldn't be calm in her company no more. So the mom did so. She went to a therapist and understood her own problems, facing her own issues. And then the relation got better with the daughter and the mother. So it can go that far. The same Caroline that was mentally handicapped wrote a book, and the book is From My Heart to Your Heart. And many of them wrote books. It's growing and growing all over the world. And this Caroline said, "Sometimes I would like to vomit all the things that don't belong to me. That gives me sometimes spasms, and if I scream, it is because there is an emergency. It means that I need to quit the place or the person just to breathe a little bit and return to my peaceful inner space. I want to add a little bit about the scientific research. There is, of course, a difficulty to validate the method in a pure scientific way because of the human factor, of course. And of course, the sessions will never be the same because that population is oftenly tired. They don't always have the same level of energy. And the main obstacle to validate the method is that the text typed in facilitated communication are too intelligent. And of course, the scientific find it difficult to question that their established beliefs. So for them, we would already know if those people were intelligent, it would be already proven. So that's when we are stuck there. But last year there was a study published in the review Autism in US and validating the authorship of the text typed in FC. They tried different facilitators, the person supporting the hands of the handicapped, with one person, and they found the same patterns of that handicapped person with all the facilitators. So that's proving that this is really the handicapped or autistic people writing the text. And some words are coming with different facilitators that don't even know each other. Voilà. And there was also the eye contact. They proved that, I don't know, but a quarter of a second before, the person was looking at the letter before typing it. So that's for last year, and there is another that was done last year, and that is going to be published this year. In 1995, the French government financed a study. The title was, "Does facilitated communication increase the socialization and the communication of the autistic persons?" The answer was yes. There was also a professor of psychophysioneurology in my University of Psychology that had a daughter who was autistic, and his wife was a psychologist, but he didn't believe in the technique at all at the beginning because he was a psychophysioneurologist. So it was difficult for him to give up his beliefs, but he did. He did. He did the day when Agathe, his daughter, typed on the keyboard, "I don't want to type with my dad. For him, I am an object for a scientific study. Me, I am your daughter, not an experiment." And then she said later, she wrote, "To tell you I love you, I don't need facilitated communication." And her dad, his name is Jean-Michel Olivero, is since then doing conferences in institute in Switzerland, in Italy, in Belgium. He's kind of old now, but he's still doing things for it and discovering more and more about the brain. And he said this is a totally groundbreaking discovery. And he said that's probably the biggest discovery that humanity did on itself in the last half of the 20th century. And that pushes us to questions about the human brain, where is the information situated. And about that, I will tell you a story of a girl which is 18, and she gave me those hearings, and that's why I put them today, to talk about her and honor her. And later on, I understood that she gave me that so I could tell her story to the people that will ask me about those earrings that comes actually from South America. So her name is Lucille, and I was going to interview her last summer in south of France because I'm writing a book about the wisdom of the fools. So just to dig into the appearance and dive into their world of wisdom and show to others that they have a lot to share with us, a lot to teach us. So she was on the coach. We just arrived at her home, and her mom went to get us some water. And she got up, she came to hug me, and I really felt and knew that she was listening to my heart. And then she was walking like this, and by the way, she's microcephalic. She has a small brain, and she is blind. She cannot see because of her small brain, but she saw a lot more than that. So she got up, she knew where I was in the room, and she brought me to the other side of the room, barely walking, so I had to hold her a little bit. And she pointed precisely at a chanumpa, which is a Lakota Sioux pipe, which is a sacred item for the Lakota Sioux. And in fact, I was coming back from the Lakota Sioux reservation from where this pipe has been brought back by their cousin or brother. So she knew what was in my heart because my boyfriend is a Lakota Sioux. And that object was coming from the same reservation. So she's blind, she has a small brain, but she knew what was going on. And then they gave me those earrings, and I can tell that story. And she wrote a book with her mom, and she keeps saying that the microcephalic small brains are in the world to show the importance of the heart. And she said, don't worry, the scientific will get into the research